Fellas, you know Degree Cool Rush deodorant, right? Well, last year they changed the formula, and guys were mad about it. One dude even started a petition. So guess what? Degree heard us, admitted they messed up, and brought the original Cool Rush scent back exactly how it was. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So grab some and remember why its cool, crisp, and fresh scent made it the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory for all of us.
Don't you love it when things are both easier and more affordable? Like when the rain washes your car for you. Or like when you save up to 10% by bundling your renters and auto insurance with USAA. Bundle with USAA and start saving. Get a quote today.
Hilton brings you new ways to stay. With experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to High School Hoops with your hosts, Steve Collins and Jake Steger.
All right, welcome to High School Hoops, episode 148. June's almost over, Coach. Not quite, but it's getting there. So before we jump in today, we're going to give a big shout out to our sponsors. I'm going to change the order. teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. One-stop shop. It's Hulu, Netflix, Amazon, Apple TV, Paramount Plus, Peacock. I'm just going through. All combined into one. Boom. Drop mic. Poof. Yes. Prices, like I just told Coach too, I'm not lying about this. I just told Coach that like the free trial is going away.
Coach, keep going. My kid's got to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Keep going.
Free trials going away and the and prices are going up. Anyway, so go check teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Also go over and check out Dr. Ditch. Make sure you mention Coach Unplugged and High School Hoops and 5-Minute Basketball Coaching Podcast and Teach Hoops YouTube channel and Instagram and all that stuff, and they'll give you $350 off just for mentoring. Mention Coach Collns. You can just do that. It's probably just as easy. So Coach had to run out because he's got young kids and they had to go to the bathroom. So as he's doing that, I'm gonna hold the ship here and keep talking. So I'm going to talk about hoopsblueprint.com, which is something Coach Van and I have put together. It is a one-stop shop for everything. And I said this a couple weeks ago. I think Coach Van has the best playbooks in the world. He has an offense and a defense and a practice planning. I'm guesstimating, but it's like 20,000 pages. It's crazy. It is a big download. But anyway, go over and check that out. Teach Hoops is combined with them. We did a 2-hour webinar during COVID when I actually had time to do things like that. Don't have time to do those anymore. But anyway, it's a great resource. Go sign up for the webinar at hoopsblueprint.com and go check it out. And Coach is back now. So
sorry about that. My kid is fully potty trained, but he's still 3 and I don't want to have an accident. So
that would be a big pause in the podcast.
Exactly.
Right, so what are we talking about today, Coach?
So I think even if you are a JV or freshman coach or you're a varsity coach, is how do you work together as a staff or involving each other and working together in the summer? What are some successful things that you have done in the past? Maybe it's even if we have a freshman or JV coach. For me, when I think about it, is if you're a freshman or JV coach, maybe you're looking to assume some of the responsibility over the summer, or having discussions with that coach to better your craft. So what are whether you're in a certain role as a freshman or a JV coach or a varsity coach, is what do you do in the summer working collaboratively with the other coaches within the program that you coach?
Right. So here's something I think. So I can tell you that there's been a lot of cruddy things about COVID. But I think I think as our staff, we have, because we didn't play this year, we have really narrowed our communication and our ability to, I mean, I think Zoom, I mean, I was using Zoom. You and I were using Zoom years before Zoom was cool.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we were
Right.
doing high school hoops and we were using Zoom before it was cool. So I just think that it's I know that our staff, like I can tell you right now, that we've got this upcoming Sunday, we have a meeting and we're going to get on Zoom and we have discussion points and we're going to talk about specific things. So I think that's a great thing that came out of COVID is I think our systems got more effective. I just from a universal standpoint, I think that how we kind of communicate and how we discuss things, we use Slack on a regular basis. Now we got away from it a little bit in COVID, but that has been a great communication tool for us to have. And I still and Nate's an angel, like one of my assistant coaches that runs all our stuff. That I still can't find stuff half the time. It's like, Nate, where's this? Nate, where's this? And he'll know right away. But part of that's because I'm just too lazy to go look for it, or too busy, one or the other. But I think that's a great thing that's come out of COVID is that we've kind of narrowed our topics. Yeah. What else do you think, Coach? I mean, that's probably my big, from a staff discussion standpoint, probably my biggest takeaway.
I think my biggest takeaway from the years that I coach varsity is the ability to get them involved. Like if you're going to do a summer camp, having them all there, and trying to balance their schedule so they can all be involved in what they do. A lot of my times, my coaches were willing to take a couple days off of work because they just love being part of that program and doing those things. And so finding opportunities where you can all work collaboratively with your players is huge. I think, like you said, the meeting things, but also to be able, hey, we're going to go to this tournament over the summer and it's going to be on a campus and I want you guys all there. We're going to stay in dorm rooms and we're going to be with all the kids. Like finding those couple times where you can all be involved working together with your players, I think is a great opportunity in the summer.
Right.
I just think that instead of you constantly balancing it on your shoulders as a head coach, you're working collaboratively with everybody else and they're getting involved and you're starting to develop that common language and it just becomes a great way to, build community. Another thing is don't be afraid to just have a good time with your coaches. Go out, have an opportunity to hang out with each other and, just hang out with the guys, the girls, and just hang out. I think that's important too. Like that staff, that sense of community within your program, that sometimes it doesn't always have to be about basketball, which will end up happening. This, right? If you, after a big win, you go out with the guys or whatever, you're still going to end up talking about basketball most of the time, but it's still a different environment, I think those are two of the things that I think. And then the next thing is like giving them some sense of responsibility over the summer. Maybe you're allowing them to look up different out of bounds plays. I did that one year with my JV coach. He loves watching different film and using a fast draw. So he just had all these things diagrammed and all these things. And then I kind of let my other assistant work on the defensive point and drills. And so kind of facilitating, right? So then you can have a more narrow focus as well. Or if you're in that other position, ask, if you want to grow in your profession, ask that person that's in front of you, what can I do? Or what can I do to help? What can I do? And bettering yourself. And I think coaches, any coach is going to love that. Oh, you want some more responsibility? Go take my guys. Take my guys and coach them this weekend. I'm going to go on a vacation with my family. Seriously.
Yeah, I know. And it's like, you got to be willing to give up some of that control.
Right.
I think that's a big part of it.
But don't you think at the end in the middle of the year, when you have that getting rid of that sense of control, it makes your bench stronger with your staff? Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Instead of, everything that Coach Collins does, he's the dictator, he does everything. No, we're all in this together. Yeah, you're at the helm, but everybody on that bench has a relationship with that player and they have something to offer. And I think that's a key of having a successful basketball program is when you do delegate that work and then just makes your bench stronger when it really matters the most at fourth quarter, right? Or second half, 2 minutes left. And you're like, oh, what are we going to do? boom, because that guy's talking, that player getting him ready, boom, this happened if this guy, your defensive guy knows he's doing boom, 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 boom. And then it all works together.
It's a well-oiled machine is part of the issue too, is you know, it's a little bit of, you know, X knows that Y is going to do this. And it's like, and when you're talking, you know, I would recommend for most of the high school coaches that you should have at least a weekly or bi-monthly meeting with your coaches.
2 to 3 times a month, I think is good.
Yeah. The entire year.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and you can work it around like the 4th of July and Labor Day, and you can work it around holidays so you don't bump up against them, but maybe it's 3 weeks, 1 week and one the next. But yeah, you have to, because there's a rhythm to it. There's a rhythm to it.
Right. And I think the 2 to 3 minute is good, but you have to have discussion points on what you want to do. And I think as an adult, I hate useless meetings, but if I know that I'm going to come in and I have 2 or 3 things that we're going to focus on, that's all we're going to focus on, it's more successful. And then there's moments where you just might meet up with a guy, and I know you guys like to do some brain dump with your staff, and that's a different aim. When you're meeting with a group of people, you have to have certain specifics that you want to succeed. Or, I mean, certain things that you want to discuss and do.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because that's where you got to figure out. You have to figure out those specific things, and that's why I like the brain dump, because it just helps with, you know, all the values and all that kind of stuff. Otherwise, it's like, I don't know, that it allows me to direct everyone kind of in the same direction. That's what I love. So anything else with that, Coach?
No, I thought that was another solid podcast.
Yeah, I'd give
3 in a row.
Give us a nice beep.
This is because we are off on the summer right now. Like, can you tell the anxiety is just like,
yeah, and July 4th is next week. And it's, yeah, we're feeling very relaxed. That's good.
More woosah than ever. All right. To next week.
Yep.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.